As Lara Croft races to save the world from my apocalypse, she must become the Tomb Raider she is destined to be. So hello everyone and welcome to my channel and my review of Shadow of Tomb Raider. So Shadow of Tomb Raider is a third game in the new Tomb Raider remake series, and I think that's the conclusion of the remakes. So I've always liked the old Tomb Raider games where Angelina Jolie was like Lara, but the new one is trying to be different and more like Uncharted. But it goes really cringy. You know, it's really cringy game for me, at least. The game really looks great. It's cinematic and action-wise, it's really well done. It has lots of cutscenes, luckily skippable. But it's really beautiful because I really, many times I found myself like climbing and seeing these beautiful background scenes, the temples and all kinds of visuals, and it's amazing, the lighting and everything. It's really well done. However, this game is having more problems, and after saying about the graphics, I think that this is now the point where the game has problems. The whole story with the Trinity continues like they have nothing original to say, or any kind of new enemy to portray, except it's the end of the world scenario and Lara has to save the world. That the thing that also is bad is, like she's like the one that made the apocalypse. She took the dagger out, which is really hilarious, and she's trying to save the world, like she's an archaeologist, and she's like full of knowledge of all these things, and she makes like a mistake like anybody would make, but she's trying to be portrayed as she's like extraordinary or intelligent or something, but she makes like such an easy mistake. And some sequences are really funny, like during the tsunami mission at the beginning of the game. She barely manages to get on the surface and get some air, and all of a sudden she can climb buildings and jump everywhere. Why? Because she's Lara Croft. No matter if her leg was almost broken by a big stone or her ribs are broken, she still manages to avoid every possible outcome to die. The whole time I was playing this game, I felt like it was completely scripted and meaningless, whatever I do. Because even if there is this situation where there is no way out of, nothing, just an object shows up, and it's literally telling you what to do. Once you're like running from a building to a building, and tsunamis like washing away all the buildings, like they are perfectly matching up for you to jump on them, which is, seriously. This is what the game is actually telling you. You're not playing it, it's playing you. And that's the thing. And the best sequence in the game is when you have to do something cool in the game, and the game just takes away the control from you and puts you in the cutscene. Really, seriously,
I'll keep this.
I don't understand. I don't get that. Why developers make that? And the combat, it's literally like the previous two games, with some small changes. Sorry, and AI is stupid as it was before. They're slow, and they seem like if Lara has 20 arrows, she can kill all 20 guys who have grenades and AK-47s. The game is linear, and the story is based, it's kind of interesting, but it's not, it just doesn't feel great, They could have come up with something more original, and it's too scripted the whole time. And I know Uncharted is also scripted, and it takes lots of things from Uncharted, but at least Uncharted lets you play these scenes and make you look cool. It doesn't play it for you, and usually In Lara Croft they also added, just like in Uncharted, they added some, some levels where you have to do some riddles or some puzzles, and it just takes away from your time. This really could have been a great game, but I think instead of that, they really try to make the easiest way to make this game, just to get a cash grab for $60, and for that much money I don't think it's even worth looking at it. If you're considering really to buy this game, I recommend a deep sale between $25 and $30, which I think it's now even cheaper when the discounts on PlayStation and PC come. And to be honest, I really didn't have any expectation, but I was still bummed down with how cool this game would have been if they just made it more like old school. It was really kind of an interesting concept, for the story, and as I said already, like, it really could have been original. It could have been much better enemies, but they just ruined it. And I feel like the whole time I was playing the previous two Tomb Raider games, which are not really bad, but you're playing a sequel of a game and you expect new things or improvements, and in this game you don't see many really. So yeah, that's kind of my whole experience of Tomb Raider. I didn't even finish the game because I didn't really even bother. I went halfway through, and like in combat, for example, when you are fighting these big cats that attack you from the jungle, I like throw away I shoot like arrows at the cat's head. I shoot the head of the cat for like, I don't know, was it Panther, I think, for like 3 times, and then it turns it into a cutscene where I actually kill it with my knife. Like, seriously? Guys, please don't bother. Unless you're like a huge fan of Tomb Raider, and unless this game is really on a deep sale, don't even think about playing this game. Or if it's free, because it is free, on the PS Plus. But yeah, that will be all from me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions. Like, share, subscribe. As always, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Until then,